So, another day of watching Kristi Noem get questioned by the Senate Judiciary Committee, and I have to admit, watching Republicans smooth over and stroke the ego of dear leader in the White House is rather nauseating, but there are some real gems coming out of this, and I'm going to play some audio from the hearings today.
Vermont is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Secretary Noem, I want to start with your testimony in front of Congress last year. You said, quote, "I think it's shameful to see the defense of individuals who break our laws. We are a nation of laws. If we are not a nation of laws, we are no nation at all." Do you stand by that?
I do.
We are a nation of laws. And obviously, in a nation of laws, agencies have to comply with lawful court orders. Secretary Noem, since you took over the department, how many times has DHS violated a court order?
We always comply with federal court orders. I believe the instances that you're talking about are times when a judge has issued an order and notification came to us in a period of time that was a large enough gap to not meet the deadline. So we may have missed the deadline.
The lies just roll so smoothly off of her tongue.
No, if I could,
Never violated
if I
a
could,
court
Secretary
order.
Noem,
We've always
I have the
followed
numbers
federal
handy
court
right
order.
here because last week a federal judge appointed by George W. Bush identified 210 times when your agency violated court orders. And one judge has said about ICE has likely violated more court orders in January of 2026 than some federal agencies have violated in their entire existence. Now, Secretary Noem, you have said repeatedly that your department is, quote, following all court orders. But just because you keep saying it does not make it true.
And, you know, that problem seems to stem from the top down because we have a delusional, dementia-riddled president who believes that just because he spews forth lies, that turns them into facts.
Americans aren't stupid and they can see what is happening, and judges are also sounding the alarm. In a case where you attempted to deport Ramesa Öztürk because of her First Amendment protected rights, First Amendment protected speech, the judge said that you and Secretary Rubio had engaged in an unconstitutional conspiracy and that you both failed in your duties to protect the Constitution. And frankly, those words are absolutely shocking.
They don't care about the
reality is that
Constitution.
you refuse to acknowledge, and you're doing it here today, you refuse to acknowledge that your agency has broken the law. Since you have been at the helm of this agency, has anyone at DHS lied to a federal judge?
No, we comply with all federal court orders. I'm surprised that.
So is your testimony?
Now, personal opinion here, but that's a lie.
That you have not.
It should not be shocking.
Is your testimony that no one at ICE has violated a court order or has lied to a federal judge? Is that your testimony?
To my knowledge, I'm not aware of any situations where that has happened.
Well, so when you look at what the court said in the Öztürk case, it said the court rejects this testimony from ICE's leadership as disingenuous, as squalid, and dishonorable.
That's kind of what we're hearing today, too. Disingenuous, dishonest.
We have a federal judge
Delusional.
who has rejected testimony from ICE's leadership because it wasn't true. So the head of ICE, acting director Todd Lyons, lied in sworn testimony. Has he been fired?
No, Todd Lyons is a good man who has
Have there been any, Secretary Noem, have there been any consequences? Has there been any consequences for him lying to a federal judge? That's what I want to know. Are there any consequences for someone under your leadership
it's common knowledge.
lying?
We have activist judges out there throwing opinions.
So you have said.
Okay. Now, that one. It's common knowledge we have activist judges out there. Maga under Dementia Dawn claims to be all for the rule of law. In reality, they're only for the rule of law if they can use it against their rivals, or if it's laws that they agree with. Otherwise, they just ignore them. Kind of like how they're using our Constitution as toilet paper. She just called a judge an activist. These goobers believe that only certain judges are to be listened to and followed, and only judges that rule in the ways that they like. And the minute that judge turns around and rules against them, they're an activist.
Not based on
Repeatedly,
law,
again, I just want to bring us
constitutional
back to my question. You have said that we are a nation of laws.
Yes.
Nobody is above the law. You are not above the law. Todd Lyons is not above the
You
law.
believe that,
No
then
one
every
working
person
for
who's
you,
in this country
nobody
illegally
working for you
should be
is
held
above the
accountable
law.
for breaking
So I
that
want to
law.
say this, Secretary Noem, it is shocking to Americans right now to see that you can sit in front of this committee
I'm shocked.
and continue to cover for people who are working under you. You're in charge now. This is your DHS.
Own it. Accountability. I like this woman.
The buck stops with you. The fact that you have people working under you that are lying to federal judges and that you're not going to take responsibility for that and hold them accountable to that is shocking. And I think Americans deserve so much better than that. And,
I
and
do
your
too.
your employees have regularly ignored court orders and lied to judges. Now you're covering up. And I just want to say, this conduct alone is impeachable. And I want you to know that
Listen.
Americans will get accountability for the damage that you have done. The
Listen,
lawlessness of aspects of DHS, for killing innocent Americans, for terrorizing children. They will get accountability. And
this is my
you are
hope
the Secretary of DHS for now.
for now.
And you think you're immune from accountability. But I promise you this, one day, he is not going to be president anymore.
One day.
He is not going to be in charge. And when that day comes, we will still be here. And we will still be seeking accountability. And in hearings like this, we are going to continue to prove your guilt. I yield back.
Kelly yields back.
Just have to keep the faith about that, because I don't believe he's going to be removed from office by impeachment. I personally do pray for the big, beautiful stroke. But he's not going to be president forever. And while his purchased Supreme Court may have ruled that presidents have immunity, I don't think that was the actual full ruling, but he believes he's got full and total immunity. His minions don't. And one day, we're going to get to watch as accountability starts hitting. Hang on to your sanity.